I was born in 1957, so that made me just a wee lad when the Beatles hit the public consciousness. I remember some of the fuss, and I was kind of bewildered by it all. I recall thinking some of their songs were good, but I had other groups I followed at the time, like Freddie and the Dreamers and the Dave Clark Five. In my young adulthood, I got more of a sense of how influential the Fab Four were, and ultimately appreciated them much more. For those of you who don't know, and I concede there may be more than a few of those all these years later, the Beatles were an insanely popular and prolific musical foursome from Liverpool, England, that rocketed to international fame in the early 1960s. The members were John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. The group officially disbanded in 1970, and in 1980, Lennon was tragically shot and killed. Harrison passed away in 2001 after succumbing to cancer. The Beatles' last new song, Now and Then, was just released in November 2023, 60 years after the onset of Beatlemania. The song is based on a demo recorded by John Lennon in the 1970s on a cassette tape, and the newly released version features the voices of all four original Beatles performers, with surviving members Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr essentially finishing what was initially started by John Lennon. I have several links below to the song itself, the mini-documentary on how it was made, and some other commentaries. Please see the video description for these. The original Now and Then, recorded by Lennon all those years ago, came from the same material that his former bandmates used to create the songs Free as a Bird and Real Love in the mid-1990s. Interestingly, according to McCartney, the late George Harrison called the song effing rubbish. While cleaning up and remastering old recordings with more modern technology is certainly not new or unique, the poor condition of the original recording and the fact that AI software was used to such great effect makes this noteworthy. The Beatles made good creative use of technology of various kinds during their time together, and I suppose this extends the tradition right up to today. As already mentioned, the song was produced with the help of AI technology, which was used to separate out Lennon's original vocals before incorporating McCartney and Starr's musical additions in the studio last year. It's not entirely clear if AI was used to duplicate Lennon's voice at any point during this restoration. We may find out later, one way or the other. Music producer and YouTuber Rick Beato has an interesting breakdown of the song from a musical standpoint, and his video also features a demo of the technique used to isolate John Lennon's vocal from the original cassette tape recording. The final version of the song features all four Beatles, including Lennon's vocals, electric and acoustic guitar recorded by George Harrison in 1995, a new drum part from Starr, and bass, guitar and piano from McCartney. The two living band members recorded backing vocals, and McCartney added a slide guitar solo played in Harrison's style. A string arrangement for the new track was composed by McCartney, Ben Foster and Giles Martin, the son of Beatles' former producer George Martin, who wrote the orchestral parts that became hallmarks of the band's sound on later albums. Personally, I think the song is fine, but nothing exceptional. The official video is a little cringy, with resurrected band members performing alongside living ones. I mean, it does sound like a Beatles song with Lennon's distinctive vocals, but while it's nice to hear them performing something new, I think the song is more of a curiosity and a technical achievement than a shining legacy or anything like that. But that's just my hot take on it. I think the song has been generally well received by most fans, though. The song's very existence is a unique and interesting musical story, with John Lennon leaving a song unfinished, only to be completed decades later by his former bandmates. In that sense, I suppose it's kind of a Hollywood ending. Hey, thank you for watching, and please check out the links below.